DJ Baker is serving it to you raw and uncut.
Open your mouth, give you a taste.
Oh gosh. All right, thank you, Gio. Let's go. This is the first story. We're talking about Prince, right? The bad boy Prince, love and hip hop Prince, cutie Prince. Remember? And so he was on the live with Relly. Now this was on Gay Magazine, because Gay Magazine picked it up. You know what I'm saying? So he says, this is what Prince says. Prince says on Love and Hip Hop shares why he says he is 5% gay on the Kinsey scale. Now, just so we know, there is a thing called this Kinsey scale. The Kinsey scale is also called the heterosexual to the homosexual rating scale. It is used to research and describe a person's sexual orientation based on one's experience or response at a given time. It changes, people. So when Prince comes out and says, he's 5%, gay, and he said that just because you're 5% gay doesn't mean you all of a sudden want to put penis in your mouth. I get that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. I think what a lot of people forget is that getting to that place is a journey. Some people don't have to go through the journey. Maybe you're lucky that you knew since you were 12 or 10 or 5. There's very few people on the Kinsey scale that kind of get it this young. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, you're not reinforced that. So a lot of it is you're battling is a lot of the indoctrination. If you didn't have the indoctrination of all the hetero crap that's going on in our world, then you probably would figure out what's going on in your world a lot earlier, but you're too busy fighting that. You know what I'm saying? If you think about the years that I wasted trying to organize the homophobia and the sexism and the patriarchy and the white supremacy, you gotta mix it all together and somehow you gotta figure out who the hell you are with no guide whatsoever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I feel sorry for like I used to say, the people before me, the generation before me in the 20s and the 30s. You know what I'm saying? Even before that, the 1800s, how the hell did y'all get busy is beyond me. You know what I mean? Y'all would have to be sneaking around in the outhouse. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I could only imagine. You know what? And we have yet to deal with the story of a gay relationship during slavery times. And I know y'all looking at me like, what are you talking about, DJ? What are you talking about? There were gays in every sector of our time in history, and we never have this conversation where we talk about the historical context of homosexuality and the Kinsey scale. There was a lot of people that weren't considered homosexual, but they had feminine qualities. They felt a kinship with homosexuals or people who are higher on the scale. You know what I'm saying? Some people start off at 1, 2. Some people end up at 3, 4. But he says 5%. The scale is only from 1 to 6. So you say you a 5? He got the percentage all wrong. There's no percentage, boo boo. He said 5%. It's either a 1 to a 5 or 1 through 6. What are you, a 2? He could go to the scale and only want booty for a little bit. Then maybe he goes somewhere else. Who knows? But people forcing people to go through a certain, path is selfish and is quite honestly wrong. You don't like it when people told you what to do, tell you who you are. Why are you identifying other people? Let them self-identify. Here he is saying, I am 5% gay, y'all. Listen. If you remember the interviews that he's had about this, he went through the bullying, getting bullied, called gay, da-da-da-da. I think it affected his female relationships at one point because I think the girls he was getting, they were just screwing him to make sure he's not gay. You know what I mean? And then remember and then we'll get to the barbershop thing that he said. And then there was this time where he had that sex tape leak. I'm sorry. I had to circle that one. And with no rhythm. He had the light strokes. But that's the part of the Kinsey scale. He wants to make love. He wants to, he wants to grind up in it. Now he talks about the barbershop with the penis and all straight men. But everyone has gone through this where you're in the barbershop, especially if you're African American. You know what I'm saying? And we're legendary for the barbershop. And even before I was bald, I used to go to the barber like every once a week. You know what I mean? It's like a thing you do. You just go to the barbershop. You have to put it in your budget. You know, it used to be $10, and then it became $15, then it became $20. And then I started cutting my own hair. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not paying $25 for a shave or a shape up. It's not happening. I'm just going to go bald and call it a day. Zzz. You know what I mean? Oh, but that is such a legendary thing. Remember the conversations you would have about the penis being brushed up against the shoulder? I remember the first time that happened to me as a gay man, as I accepted myself. And I didn't know what to do because I didn't know if my barber was gay and I didn't know who he was or what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Except there was that one time. All right, here we go, quick. So there's this one time, right, the barber, who I didn't know was gay or not. My gaydar was going up, though, because he loved to do it, though. Like, it was something that turned him on to brush up against, a guy's shoulder or their elbow or, just that shoulder part, you know what I'm saying? And then they'd be doing the front and their penis is right in your face. Oh, my gosh. One time, I touched it, you know what I mean? And then, I noticed that it got stiff. It was getting stiff. And I was like, oh, I looked at him and he looked at me. God, did we have sex after that? I don't remember. Download the We Are You Radio app, everyone. That way you don't miss a thing. Shout out to Prince. I think he's always been someone who's a stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? And listen, let everyone go through their own journey. Stop forcing people to go through a journey that you're not living in their experiences, okay? It's his experience. It's his determination on where he's at on the Kinsey scale. At least he's admitting it when others don't admit it at all, okay? Download the We Are You Radio app. That way you don't miss a thing. It's like you guys don't know what an evolved man looks like. Well, Prince is what you would call an evolved man. Check out full episodes of Raw and Uncut, Monday through Friday, 7 to 11, live streaming on We Are You Radio. Or hit the link in the bio to download the We Are You Radio app. Comment, subscribe, and thanks for listening to Raw and Uncut on We Are You Radio, the Urbans on the Pride.